The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We're up and running then. And here's Raul. And this is Neymar. Knocks it out wide. And this is Messi. Takes a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Pepe calmly anticipates. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. And this is Raul. And this is Messi.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Looking to play him in. Ronaldinho gets into a good position. Lofted in. And he's there to clear it. Seedorf. Can he spark a counter here? He has found the way through. And that has left him in a heap. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague, and they look worried.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride, and they're just not doing that.
Nicely weighted ball, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Hungary are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. Modric, always wanting the ball, always wanting to do something different with it. Lampard. Maldini. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Raul. Played out towards the right wing. That's good play. Now this could be a chance. Ronaldinho! Bigo clears without hesitation. Cafu. No, he's not getting past him there. Cucurella did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Cafu really needed to be much faster then, much more decisive.
Impressive jump! Off the post! Firm header, just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
And he's gone searching crossfield. Now it's Raul. Messi. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And it's Messi. And the pass is intercepted. Ronaldinho. Neymar. That's put paid to the danger. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Mbappe. Great defending, strong and determined. Looking to pass their way up the... Cafu. And this is Messi. Great chance! He's done very well to get to that.
Messi really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And it's Ronaldinho. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Cucurella. Rodri, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Chance here to counter. And it's Ronaldinho. Maldini. Played for Lampard. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Figo. Cafu. Messi. So a temporary halt to the action. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How would you review the first half?
Well, I have to say, I think it's a good performance, but it's clear that they need a little more energy and more precision up top. They proved they can create chances. Now they need to start putting them away. That's the next step.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break.
Please welcome everyone, our lads.
So into the second half.
Hungary are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? Bergomi is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Spread out to the left. Ronaldinho going face-to-face with his great rival. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, some astute defending there. And it's Messi. Raul. And it's Modric. And here's Neymar. Very nicely done. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. Ronaldinho. Avispa Fukuoka appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Modric can so cleverly bypass the press. Looking for the run, and that could set him on his way. Raul providing an outlet on that flank. Showing good feet. Raul. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. So he's plotting something before playing it in. Cafu. Cafu just loves to go forward whenever he can. Always onto this. Seedorf unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Substitution.
Hungary will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. And it's Figo. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Can he latch on to this? He's found the way through. Can he finish? Oh, good finish. And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
After 70 minutes is number 80, Ronaldinho.
Hungary have taken the lead.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Modric. That has been slung wide. Ronaldinho getting forward. Batistuta!
Hungary surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
It's rising! Oh, it's hit the post! And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Bale. Now it's Neymar. Lampard with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Neymar. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Hungary still ahead by the game's only goal. And it's Neymar. Tries to pass it through. Oh, that's nice. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. 5 minutes left on the clock. Tries to play it through. That is great defending, so alert.
Oh, makes every duel look like a total mismatch. Hungary can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
And here's Messi. Well, the less said about that pass, the better. Ronaldinho does have his name on the score sheet, of course. I think we're just about done here.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Rafael Varane looking to provide the solidity his team so need. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here.
Cafu, if they're good enough to keep the ball at this stage...
And that will be the final act. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So off we go then.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, fabulous reader of the game.
And pretty much got it all.
Nedved, terrific effort! He's delivered all right!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Terrific header. He met that with aplomb.
Well, when you get service like that into the box, you can't go wrong.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Marcelo. Zanetti. Backward it goes. Oh, shooting chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Neymar actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Messi goes short. Takes a shot! Oh, how's that for a goal? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
You give him an inch, and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
We're looking at a different game now.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Spread neatly. Thuram clears it away. Cafu. Can he latch on to this? And the shot! Goal! Hungary! And the comeback is complete! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Assegnato al 17° minuto, numero 11.
Hungary with the lead.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Zanetti. Nicely weighted ball. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. The referee's awarded a free kick. So a chance here, what can they make of it? And this the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between them. And that is quite wonderful! A finish right from the top draw! And they're threatening to fly away here! That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Look, there's an awful lot that can go wrong from that range. How good was that?
Hungary now in a position far more desirable.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
He is through here. Here it is crossed in. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Threads one in. Adriano unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Hungary have hit a quick-fire double here and are firmly in control at 3-1. It's a promising position. That is lovely. And he's there to get it away. Pepe promptly onto that, and that is that. Little pass back. Van Bommel is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Nice physical challenge. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. Messi is eyeing up his options in the middle.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
Kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Maldini. Pirlo. And it's Nedved. And it's Nedved. Rijkaard. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. Now it's Neymar. Zanetti. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's gone forward. Hungary looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Out of play for a throw. Turan. And it's Rijkaard. Pirlo. And he's had it nicked away. Messi. Sends it crossfield. And it's Neymar. Van Bommel, given the lift of his goal. Cafu. Zanetti.
Ci saranno 3
For
minuti
Varane.
di recupero.
And it's Pepe. Great vision. Neymar gets into a good position. And that's gone loose. And that's going wide left. A lot of space ahead of him. Oh, it's a foul. It could be a penalty. The referee has given a free kick just outside the box. He's shaping up to have a crack from here. So can Lightning... Messi! Oh, super goal! About as smooth as it gets. It's all becoming so easy. Well, that was wonderful in every regard. Vision, concept, and considerable accuracy.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
And that is indeed the final act.
Hungary have been simply outstanding in the first half. There doesn't seem to be a single weakness in their team, and should that not change, they could go big from here.
It's hard to believe we're only at half-time. The lead is 3, but for how long? It's anyone's guess. And we are back underway. Not the most accurate pass. Knocks it into space. It's a goal kick. And here's Del Piero.
Del Piero really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Played into space. Cross needs to be towering header. That was quite a test for the goalkeeper.
Roma certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Cafu. And he's gone searching crossfield. Looking for options for movement. Can he get onto this? And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Cafu. Now it's Messi. Pullet gets across and deals with it. Now that looks a decent ball. Roberto Baggio. Pirlo's cross. Maldini can get it clear.
Was that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Pirlo. And it's Del Piero. Oh, that's well spotted. Del Piero is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
He's in a great position here. And this is Raul. Raul! Oh, what? It's fallen kindly here. Pirlo. Ferdinand. Oh, played through for the wide man. Van Bommel. Marcelo. And this is Raul. A probing pass. Zanetti. Now, what about this cross? And he gets rid in a hurry. Pullet can clear it away.
Attenzione, un cambio.
It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Oh, nicely intercepted. Vieira. Played over towards the opposite flank.
Well spotted.
Tries to pass it through. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And it's Del Piero. Hungary do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Thuram gets over and intercepts. Now it's Del Piero. Del Piero! And somehow he kept it out.
Well, he looked pretty much unstoppable there. The only thing missing was the finish, of course.
Pirlo with the short one. That's tidy. Quick look, then plays it in. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. And now they can spring out of defence. Searching pass he's played there. Maldini. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Nedved. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Cafu pinches it off him. Pirlo. And it's Baggio. And here's Del Piero. It's not an especially good pass, that. Oh, that's a shoot! He's got a goal! He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Final checks on the touchline.
A change about to occur. Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
So could they be onto something here? Pele. Lovely feet. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Hoisted in. Maldini attempts a clearance. Del Piero. And time is up. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. What a turnaround. Victory from the jaws of defeat. Enjoy that, Jim.
This has been a very composed response when trailing. There was no sense of anxiety, just a belief to stick to the game plan and stick together. And it's been a very impressive turnaround.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.
Ricordiamo a tutti i tifosi che tra poco sul maxi schermo saranno trasmessi gli orari degli autobus.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Patrick Vieira is a man of many qualities. The leadership has to be top of the pile.
He's not just the destroyer, is he? He is the enforcer.
True, there's so much more to his game. Quite comfortable in driving the team forward, and he can make those marauding runs from box to box.
Cafu. Modric. Cafu. Azar. And it's Azar for Rice. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
There's the crossfield ball. Zanetti. And here's Mbappe.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
It has been a rather gentle affair so far. Pedro Neto looking to pass their way up the pitch. Now that's well seen too. Marcelo. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. And it's Marcelo. Turns back here, probably the best option. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Rafael Varane. Romero. Marcelo is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Cafu. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Cafu has it in a wide position. Araujo getting this one clear. Picked out brilliantly. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Looking for the run. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. And needless to say, that deserved better.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Marcelo. It's Ronaldinho. Cafu. Great vision. Tries to pass it through. Pedro Neto does really well there. He is strong. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Ronaldinho. Nice physical challenge. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Modric. Cafu. Threads one in. And the through ball. Pinches it off him. Pedro Neto. Rice. And it's Vieira. And Araujo. Seedorf. Oh, there's a probing ball. And this is Ibrahimovic. That's Vieira. And it's Rice. Searching pass he's played there. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Ronaldinho. Well, there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Very nicely done. Ronaldinho! Goal! Hungary! And Hungary are in front! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Hungary have fired themselves in front.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
That's an imaginative pass. Modric. Hungary leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. And the score is 1-0. And it's Ronaldinho. Modric, a player whose confidence, whose sense of adventure rubs off on all of those around him. Now this could be a chance. Mateus! Nicely aimed pass. And we've reached half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Hungary leading by 1 at the break.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised. Hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think. Something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Hungary have played well here and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0.
Everyone, please welcome our players to the field.
We're on the move again. Hungary leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Cafu. Forced to go back. Shot could be on. Ibrahimovic. Hullet never out of the action for very long. Cafu. That has been slung wide. To Marcelo. Mateus. And it's Modric. Cafu gets into a good position. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. And it's Hullet. Played into space. And this is Ibrahimovic. And he's there to clear it. Nice control. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Looking here to chip it through. Hungary are still that goal to the good. Cafu chooses to go crossfield. Ronaldinho. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
Ronaldinho. That's very neat. Chance! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Substitution in progress.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Kaka coming on here, a change that was broadly anticipated.
Yeah, he's looking for instructions, probably something along the lines of go make a nuisance of yourself.
And he's straight offside. Bullet dominates aerially so often. Ibrahimovic unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Kaka. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Hungary do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Van Dijk. Seedorf going after that. Pedro Neto. Neither of these two want to come off second best, and that's been drilled in. Hazard! They've got to be quick to recover this. Kaka. Cafu for Varane. Now it's Ibrahimovic, and the counter is on. Oh, it's taken out, that'll be a foul. And that's going to be a booking.
Substitutions taking place.
Manchester United really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Hungary have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. Ibrahimovic. Now it's Hullet. Now it's Rice. He can run onto that. And the shot! Well taken goal. Do not write them off. Back they come. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and
Substitution.
lots of changes. It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get going, but you have to wonder how much these boys have left in the tank.
That's a throw. Maldini. Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Seedorf. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Bale. That is good strength. And this is Modric. That's going to go a long way. Looking to play him in.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Pele with the cross.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
And this goes for a shot! That's not going far. And it's Modric. Played out wide. Cafu. And this is Modric. Ibrahimovic. And we're done. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts. Highly entertaining until the very end.